Hello and welcome to another episode of Football Obsession. Today I've got Harry with me again. How are you, Harry?
I'm doing good, mate. I'm doing
Good.
absolutely splendid.
Good. Great weather here in the UK. So if you see us like sighing a bit or like like that, it's
Yeah,
just
it's
because
fine.
it's boiling. Yeah, it's been like 30 odd degrees today. Um, Today we're going to discuss who we think personally deserves like candidates for the Ballon d'Or or the FIFA best or whatever they call it. I know Ballon d'Or isn't owned by FIFA anymore. The FIFA best, and we're going to discuss our thoughts on who should get it and stuff like that. As like sort of like a debate episode. And if you guys like this sort of concept for me to do more of them, let me know in the comments, please. So we're just gonna get straight into it. Do you want to give any candidates who you think should be for the Ballon d'Or? I'm sure ours will probably be very similar.
Yeah. So my number one candidate is N'Golo Kante. Now, a lot of people will or disagree with me in many ways, and they'll try and do this thing, a thing where they'll say, "Oh, we only play good under Tuchel." But let's make one thing crystal clear here, right? Under Thomas Tuchel, can you name me off the top of your head a better CDM? I
No.
can't. I in Golo Kante, both games against Real Madrid picked apart their team bit by bit by
Yeah,
bit.
unbelievable game.
It was then allowed Jorginho, Mount, Kovacic to go on and do their thing. And I've always said that Kante is the best game in the world. He 100%. But when I remember, I think it was to you. I said to you, if Chelsea win the Champions League, Kante gets Ballon d'Or. Whether or not Argentina wins the Copa America, as much as an icon as Messi is and one of the greatest of all time, N'Golo Kante has been on another level on the Tuchel, and I feel why he deserves it, because if you look at his accolades of what he's won, right, and in his career, I think he's a two-time Premier League winner, right? That in itself proves he's one of the best players in the world, right?
Yeah.
He's won. He now won two European trophies, obviously the Europa League, and he's won the World Cup. I can't name you them trophies successes where Kante's play bad. Champions League final, world class. Europa League final, absolutely pocketed out Arsenal. In their title winning season with Chelsea, he was into. I remember when we faced Chelsea, and I think they beat us. I can't think if I think it might have been at Stamford Bridge, and N'Golo Kante's up and down on the pitch, pickpocketing away our team. I'm there like, God damn,
Yeah.
this guy's on a whole new level. And Leicester City in that season, it was immense. So yeah, I mean, for me, Kante's by far number one. He should win it. But my number two, he isn't far off, because Kante is not a clean sweep for me. He is a clean sweep, but in second for me, I've I've got to go, and it might be a bit contradictory here, but I'm going with Ronaldo, simply because,
Okay.
right, is, well, let's look at his Euros, right? Yes, Portugal got knocked out, right? I might be a Ronaldo fanboy here,
Don't worry, so am I. I'm a Ronaldo fanboy.
but Ronaldo has broken the international goal scoring record. And let's not get it twisted. That's over 700 goals in of the Euros and the World Cup.
It's unreal that.
It is genuinely insane. And the thing is Ronaldo won the Golden Boot in the Euros, right? But and people want to dead it down on that. But I think the start of the week Messi's Copa America starts, and like not disrespecting Messi as he, again one of the greatest of all time, but if you're going to sit here and tell me that the Copa America is the same level as Euros or the World Cup, those right there, jog on. You right in Messi's group, he had Bolivia and Paraguay, right? Portugal had a World Cup winning team in France, former World Cup winners in Germany, and Hungary. But let's not get this twisted here, right? Is even then, right? Against Hungary, Ronaldo, man of the match. He's outstanding. Against Germany, they got beat, but he was still man of the match. He was insane. And against France, another brilliant game. But for me, to not have Ronaldo in the Ballon d'Or conversation, other people might obviously, put Messi second, but for me, I just don't understand why some Messi fanboys like to discredit Ronaldo, like he said second best. A lot again, no disrespect to him, but for me, Ronaldo, this season alone has been amazing. But I saw something. Italy won the Euros, and I'm hearing this Jorginho hype, and
yeah, I've seen that.
I'm be honest with you here. Okay, he's won the Champions League and the Euros, right? But I could name you 4 players off the bat who should get in there over him. Erwin Haaland 1, Mbappe 2, Fernandes 3, Lewandowski 4, and Messi 5. If you're telling me that Jorginho wins the Ballon d'Or or a Kante, Lewandowski, Messi, Ronaldo, I remember when Modric won the Ballon d'Or and Salah and Ronaldo were robbed, and I said to myself, if that ever happens again, where a player is robbed, the Ballon d'Or's finished. So if Jorginho wins the Ballon d'Or, the Ballon d'Or will then mean nothing. Because yes, he's won the accolades, but if that's the case, and Paul Scholes won the week in the Champions League in 2008. Obviously, Ronaldo won the Ballon d'Or, yeah. But on Scholes, Paul Scholes, one of the best seasons for a midfielder. I just don't get the hype around him.
Jorginho winning the Ballon d'Or would be as disgraceful as the year that Michael Owen won the Ballon d'Or with 16 goals. 16 goals, he won the Ballon d'Or. That's how disgraceful it will be. It will be an outrage. It would be daft.
It would. And now, obviously, I watched a bit the kickoff. I'm hearing to Jordi and Lawrence talking about Michael Owen in that season. He scored 16 goals. And you're telling me that's Ballon d'Or level. I'm sorry, but Alan Shearer if not the greatest Premier League striker of all time. Not once as in the top three at Ballon d'Or. Never. And he's the leading goal scorer in the league. And yet in that same season, in the 01 season, Shearer got more. Shearer scored 24 more goals than Owen. And Owen wins it. He fucks off to Madrid. Excuse me, my French here.
No worries.
But he fucks off to Madrid. Does shit. Comes to Newcastle. I think it is. Does shit. Comes to us. Even a week, and then he fucking retires.
Yeah.
Like,
not saying he's not a legend, but like in the era that he was playing in, but he definitely wasn't Ballon d'Or level. Like, he wasn't.
He wasn't. And I'm trying to think who came second behind that scene. I could be wrong here, but I think it might have been either Shevchenko or Del Piero. Now, if you're telling me that Owen gets above Shevchenko in his prime and Del Piero, there is something seriously wrong with your football knowledge.
Yeah.
Let's just clarify this, right? In the one season, right? I remember I was trying a while back. In the one season, Juve had won the Serie A comfortably, and Del Piero got the Golden Boot in the Serie A, top goal scorer. Shevchenko, arguably one of the greatest strikers in that league alone, right?
Of course.
Multiple time Ballon d'Or winner, and yet in all one season, Liverpool won nothing in that season. I think the FA Cup. I think they did. Yeah, they did. Right. Okay. Right. The FA Cup. Right. We were in the league. Yeah. In that case, then where's Van Nistelrooy then?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Like Ruud van Nistelrooy, I think came second behind Shearer in the goal scoring for the league, and yet you're telling me that Michael Owen won it over, if anything, Van Nistelrooy, a better striker than him. And I'm not disrespecting Owen here, but the guy's had a career like no other, right? He played it in Madrid, and he was a banger average. He then goes to Newcastle.
He did all right for Newcastle, but nothing special.
Do you know what? I remember True Geordie at this year. It was the last game of Shearer's career of Newcastle in 06. And Michael Cohen didn't want to play the game. Yeah, Alan Shearer, at the age he was, he still played. And Michael Owen sat on his arse on the bench, not being asked to play. Like what kind of player does make you? And he comes to us, wins the league.
He was injured half the time as well with us. He gave us that special memory of that goal against City, which what a goal! Like, I remember celebrating it in my living room. I remember being lifted up by my next door neighbour who's not actually here anymore. But besides point, it was a great day. I love that day.
I remember that. I remember the game, but the thing that sticks with me about Barton, especially if it's time United, is he barely scored.
Yeah.
He I can't think, apart from that goal at City, of a game where Owen played well. Like, don't forget, in that season, correct me if I'm wrong here, we just sold Cristiano Ronaldo to Real Madrid.
And we replaced Ronaldo with, was it Owen, Obertan, and someone else? I can't remember who it was. Was it Bebe?
Yes, it was Bebe.
Oh, bloody hell, he was awful there.
And I can't put one finger on this, right? Is that Michael Owen? I think he scored like like 3 goals, right? And at
I think it was
31,
like 8 goals for us.
well, there goes something like that. But I mean, right? So the guy was what, 31, right?
Yeah.
At 31, Zlatan was bagging 25, 30 goals a season. At 31, so was Cavani. At 31. Right? When he won it and the other one seeing, I remember my dad saying to me, obviously he's a Liverpool fan, and he said to me, how the hell he won that over like Shevchenko, Ronaldinho, or
Kaká, uh,
Kaká.
Scholes. You have all these players, like unreal players, and he won it. But so obviously we're talking a lot about Owen here, but we've got so far your contenders. I've got Kante and Ronaldo down. Have you got any more contenders?
Yes. So obviously Messi, unreal
Yeah.
in the Copa America. He's finally won a trophy with Argentina. As not of a fanboy, I will give Messi big credit where it's due. It's a bit because now is when he retires, he'll have that first major international trophy to treasure with him. And I feel like that was the only missing piece he needed for him to succeed. So I'm happy for Messi. So he'd be probably third, and then fourth, Lewandowski. I personally think he should win it, but obviously in that season when Bayern won the Champions League, oh my God, wow. Lewandowski.
He averaged a goal. I saw a stat the other day. He averaged a goal. It's the world record of averaging a goal in a season per amount of minutes. It was averaging a goal per 74.3 minutes or something like that. So obviously every 74 minutes he averaged a goal, which is unreal. Like, plus his assists. Like, wow.
And don't forget, is in that same season, Bayern had won the treble. And yet
they won every competition that they could possibly win in that season. They won,
exactly.
I think, all 6 competitions that they actually entered in, including the Bundesliga, obviously.
Yeah, and I know the Ballon d'Or didn't happen with COVID, but you would have thought they would have automatically given it to Lewandowski.
Yeah, because like they could have done it with restrictions. They could have done it where there was no fans. They've done, like, for example, the Brit Awards in the UK with no fans, and they've done so many performances with no spectators, and even the Olympics coming up, which start Friday, going to be without spectators. So I actually thought at the time they could have been done without spectators. I thought he was sort of robbed of it at the time, robbed of that Ballon d'Or.
I agree. Obviously, some people say, "Oh no, well, he isn't deserve this season." Yeah, he hasn't been good, but he's won the Bundesliga again, and people probably call the Bundesliga a dead league, but I watched the Bundesliga. I watched Bayern Munich for many years, and trust me, the Bundesliga, some of the football I've seen in that league, it's from. I only went to the arena a couple years ago to Bayern. I remember telling me about the atmosphere. I got it was.
It was last year, January, which probably wasn't safe to go to, but it was unbelievable. It was probably the best stadium, not the best atmosphere I've ever been in, but it was obviously still. There was a massive togetherness there. There was a togetherness more than there is at United, because at United there's a lot of divide in the fan base. There's a lot of match-going fans are generally only in, from what I've seen, because I'm a match-going fan. But there's a general hatred towards the owners, which is obviously rightly so. Obviously, including me and you, we don't like the owners. But Bayern Munich, there's a real inside the ground when you go in. there's a bit before you actually go to the seat where I know it's like that at United, but it's a bit which allows you to like socialise with your mates more, have a drink and a laugh with your mates, stuff like that. Which I think I really look at Bayern Munich and think that's what I want United to be. That's
Yeah,
what United should be. They care about the fans. The fans actually run the club, including club legends that run the club, similar to United in terms of club legends have being
yeah.
involved high up. But Bayern Munich is obviously they don't spend a lot of money.
No.
They don't spend these
I think
100 million on stuff like that.
I can start you right. That Bayern treble winning side, two seasons ago, costed 50 million.
Unbelievable. I do think it will probably come back to bite me that the fact that I've just said they don't spend money because they have been linked with Haaland and I think they may end up
Yes,
getting him next
yeah.
year.
But right? Let's take into consideration here, right? That Bayern team that won the treble was 50 million, right? So players like Joshua Kimmich, an unreal
They're
player.
spotting these gems. I know people can say they just snatch every single good Bundesliga player from other clubs, but they spot there's a skill in that. There's a skill in spotting these gems. For example, United aren't linked with Yves Bissouma from Brighton yet, and he's in my opinion, one of them gems. If his name, I don't know if he had a German name and played for like Frankfurt or whatever, Bayern Munich would probably pick him up, which I love about that.
If he was named, this it's high Google or whatever, and played for that. Bayern would get him, whatever the price, they buy him. Why? Because they see talent when they see it, right? Look at Musiala, or Bayern got him, and he's popped.
Even
off.
Bellingham, like he weren't so obvious. Like we were linked with him when Bayern were, when Dortmund were linked with him. Dortmund do the same thing. Like I think Bellingham may end up going to Bayern Munich, but these two clubs are good at it. Are good at going on to that. And in my opinion, I'm going to go on to a Dortmund player now. I'm going to go on to. Have you? So far with your candidates, we've got Kante, Ronaldo, Messi, Lewandowski, and did you say Lewandowski for winner?
See, in terms of winner, right, I've just said about Kante and Lewandowski, but the only thing I'll say, right, is I want to say Kante primarily because of the year he's had at Chelsea, right? But I would be happy if I were to, but I'll go Kante for winner.
Okay.
However, though, there's one more candidate who I think has been under the radar, should go in that of contention, Erling Haaland. Because if you right, this guy is 20, right? Just picture that,
and he's got 44 goals in 44 games or something daft like that. It's unreal.
And people compare him to Mbappe. Mbappe's a world class player, but he's not even on the scale of Haaland. At age 20, Haaland is bagging goals everywhere.
I disagree with you in terms of Mbappe not being on the level of Haaland.
Do you?
Right. Because I think Mbappe was tearing it up in the World Cup and basically, led France to win the World Cup. Aged 18 years old, like he was 18, he was tearing it up in the Champions League.
Well, I get that, right. Let's take it into a number 9 term here, right? Okay. Right. So I could striker if you're a striker in the middle of part up front to score 30 goals a season. You are taking Erling Haaland.
Yeah, you're picking Kane, Lewandowski, or Haaland.
but in terms of if we're gonna base it off of skills, skill, agility on like Mbappe, but let's be right. I, I as a kid, I've always known strikers as a beer, Lewandowski's, Cavani's, Haaland, Kane's. I've always seen a striker as a target man who is waiting for a right moment and a right pass to
Erling
strike.
Haaland is the exactly sort of player I would love at United. Gary Neville said we need to go and get a young version of Cavani, and Erling Haaland is exactly that.
Oh,
I love the way Cavani like moves. So, for example, I think I didn't think when we had Zlatan, I thought he was unbelievable for us. He got like 28 goals in his first season, but it wasn't my cup of tea. It wasn't my style of player, a striker that I would love at United, because he's very slow. He's very like, obviously he's a large man. He's very tall, bulky man. Same with like Lukaku, and I like that player who can turn, who maybe isn't too quick. I do like the quick strikers, but who could turn and go and get that header or run across the pitch like Haaland. We've seen of Haaland many times. He was like one of the fastest players in the Champions League, recorded actual stat. I don't know the actual measurement or whatever, but I know that's an actual stat. So I'm gonna go into my candidates now. I've got screenshots of a few stats. So I definitely would say Lewandowski, the same as you, for a candidate. He played 29 games in the Bundesliga, got 41 goals and 7 assists. Wow. 41 goals, 7 assists last season in 29 games, and six games in the Champions League and 5 goals. This guy's on another level, obviously, you know what I mean?
Unreal.
So let me just type that down, Lewandowski. So Messi, I would definitely say Lewandowski, by the way. He's unreal, like you were saying. He's completely unreal. I think obviously Messi's got to be in the conversation, as pretty much as every year. I think when Van Dijk won it was the only year that Van Dijk and Modric were the only players that haven't won it in the Ronaldo Messi era, which is like nearly 20 years, which is unbelievable.
Yes.
He played 35 games in the La Liga, got 30 goals and 11 assists. 6 games in the Champions League, 5 goals and 2 assists. So obviously unreal. And won his first international trophy.
Yeah.
And we could see what it meant to him. Funnily enough, I was at the gym before and I was watching the video Lionel Messi the goal on YouTube, and it was like, it was a great video. It was like a movie. It was unreal, for sure. So I would say an outside shout, I would say Luis Suarez, because he led them to win La Liga at Atletico Madrid.
Oh, yes.
As much as I dislike him.
I remember reading a tweet last season when Suarez joined, and Barcelona were slagging Suarez off, calling him finished. Yeah, right. Suarez last season. Look, to everyone at home, I am the biggest Suarez hater.
Of course. Horrible person.
Do I did as ever dickhead for that. But in terms of a football and ability, last season, my God, he was insane. Up front, I think he got of like 15 plus goals last season for Atletico, and on top of that, winning La Liga. I agree with you on that. 100%. He should definitely be a shout for it.
Yeah, of course, 100%. In the La Liga last season, he got 32. He played 32 games, 21 goals and 3 assists. And you've got to take that into account that he's playing in quite a defensive team in what's his name? Diego Simeone. That's his name.
Yeah.
And obviously Ronaldo's got to be there as shout for it. 33 games, 29 goals and 2 assists. So he nearly got a goal a game or a goal contribution per game. So it's unreal.
I ask you something, right? Obviously, I we're both United fans, right?
Yeah.
Would you consider Fernandez now? Now what? Right, this might be a bit controversial to some people, but I think he's at least in the top 10 because right.
Oh, for sure,
What
he's in the top 10. Yeah.
because at the start of last season, my God, he was unreal. In my opinion, best midfielder in the world right now. He's been phenomenal. So after the season, his form dropped off massively, and that's not his fault. A lot of people will say it's his fault. The guy on Twitter called Johnny United, who
I don't want to be. I'm not calling. No one's calling you out, by the way, Johnny.
yeah.
I know you have been involved in stuff like that. No one's calling you out.
No,
I am new to this YouTube scene, and I don't want any sort of beef. So I do. Yeah.
I'm real here. Like he's a sound guy, but the way he was talking about Fernandez, it was sort of like he's just a second-rate player.
Well,
like,
a lot of people I've seen like. I'm not talking about Johnny here. I'm just talking about some people on social media have like villainized Bruno Fernandes to make him look like this monster, and no United player like the worst. The United player that I wanted to go out of the club ASAP was Fellaini since he joined, but I would never villainize a United player to the point where it's like, this guy's a monster. This is the reason we're failing.
Exactly.
I would never do that. I would say when someone's, for example, a Burnley standard midfielder or whatever, but I won't villainize it. And I think there's this massive like hatred towards Fernandes over the past few months.
There is, yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, obviously, again, I'm not being mean to January because I get confused, not angry. I get confused because I don't understand the slander specifically at him. Like, let's take a memory track here, right? Prime example against Burnley, we played Pereira in that found a draw. He was at fault for both goals, I think he was, and we got beat 2-0. Fernandes comes in. He'll meet him from January up to the start of next season, and yet that's not world class. And the thing is, right? Start last season, Fernandes was phenomenal.
I don't think he deserves to be in there though. It is obviously performance based on the year. Yeah, and he was unbelievable. It's obviously from January to January, so it would be from this January to next January, and obviously this year isn't finished yet. I probably will do more than one of these debates throughout the next, maybe throughout the first few months of the season, and then towards Christmas time. I would say.
Do you think? Sorry to interrupt, mate. But do you think that Solskjaer's worn him out too much?
I do. I don't think that's his. I don't think that's Solskjaer's fault specifically.
No, it's not.
Because who else do we have there? Because yes, Van de Beek can play there, but
he can't do.
He can't do what Fernandes has done. Andres Pereira's been out alone, and I wouldn't want him playing there anyway because I just don't think he's good enough at all.
Shocking. One matters to. Obviously, I love one matter, but
if Mata had legs, I always say that. Me and my uncle always say this. If Mata had legs, as in if he could run, like if he was fast, he'd be one of the best players in the world. Like, because his technical ability is up there.
Matt Turdo, right? And it really bugged me. Is Van Gaal used him wrong? Mourinho used him wrong, bruv, right?
You don't use him on the right wing.
But yeah, that's right. Van Gaal played him on the right wing. Jose on the right wing. We wasted 4 or 5 years of Master's career in his 20s, by the way, on the wing. When at Chelsea, he was sat in the middle, laying off Torres, Drogba. Yeah, right on side. Was he was playing on the wing? You had guys like Pereira and all them in the centre attack if you're all and people pull here to tell me the one matter's done. I'm sorry, but if we'd have actually used him properly and played him in his actual position, then we wouldn't have needed Fernandes as much he's been insane for us. One matter, 24 of 14, or 2019 could have been our key midfielder in the attacking role, but instead, idiots and Garland Joe playing him on the wing.
I would say he's a United great as well, Matter, because he's stuck with us through hard times. It's not. I know people can't say sentimentality in football, etc. Well, that's what football's about. It's a romantic sport. You know what I mean? It's sort of like you love players, you dislike, you don't rate certain players. And I think Matter is a United great. I don't think United legend, but he's stuck with us through the hardest of hard times, the Moyes times.
I agree. And look, some people, Real fans, by the way, will call him a Chelsea great. But okay, when the Champions League with Chelsea, I'll give them that. But one matter for the best part of what 7-8 years stuck with us. One in which at one point he gets thrown under the bus by Jose. Belly, bruv, we played Sanchez over our matter. No offense to Sanchez, but look, let's be real here, right? One matter, it was when we bought him. It was in his prime years, and I remember I think it was his first game against Liverpool. When Wanfield was born, and I remember the goal he scored against the Scousers, and I remember at the time I was like, this guy's unreal. Like, how have Chelsea let him go? And honestly, we have used one matter so wrong. But though, right, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is actually a bit too late though. But he's used him in that Camero in the Carabao Cup against Watford and Brighton in the Camero.
Yeah, and he's done well.
Exactly.
I thought he did well against Wolves in the last Premier League game. Obviously, people can say, "Oh, he's not good enough. He shouldn't be here." But I think it's sort of a good thing we kept him around. I don't think it's a terrible decision. I wouldn't have specifically chose to do it myself, but I trust in the coaches and maybe not the people at the top, but and to do what the right thing is. And if the right thing they feel is to have him around the dressing room, then that is the right thing.
I agree. I agree. And I look at guys like Thingy, Matic, right? People are complaining about him staying. But here's the thing. It's experience. Matic, Premier League winner. Mata, Champions League winner. De Gea, league winner. These players, if you have senior pros who won silverware, like Cavani, like De Gea, like Matic, as a young player, like Mason Greenwood, Ahmad, Thierry Alanga, Plistry, you will get so much more experience from veterans like Cavani's. So I think by keeping them players that are experienced, it's so detrimental to the young players' success because let's say, right, Matic left, Mata left, Grant left, Cavani left, De Gea left. You have a bunch of young players, and Paul Pogba and Fernandes, but you have no winners in that team. David De Gea is the last United League winner, apart from Phil Jones, because he doesn't count, but De Gea is our last league winner in that squad.
Yeah.
And if you look at that 12-13 squad, with players like Nani, Vidic, Rio, and all that, and De Gea is still here.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're gonna let winners go, what's the point in building a team? Because look at Chelsea. They had Giroud, a winner. Caballero, Premier League winner. Aspilicueta, winners. If you have winners in your dressing room, I
agree with you completely, because I always say to my uncle, so I remember having this argument, like I was constantly, are you there, yeah?
Yeah.
I was constantly going back and forth in terms of an argument pretty much every game in the 2018-2019 season, with my uncle saying, all I kept hearing from him was Ashley Young's got experience. He's got experience, and I always say to him, because I always hear this. I hear this often on throughout mainstream media and YouTube. Experiencing what? Like, experiencing what? I know he's won the Premier League. I think, he has won the Premier League, but he weren't a he weren't a vital player in doing that. I'm not like, this isn't an Ashley Young slag off session.
No.
But players, in my opinion, if you're gonna say they've got experience, like you're saying, you've got to say they've got experience in winning trophies. The Thiago Silvas, the Giroud, the Kantés. Do you know what I mean? Kante went from one club to another club and won the Premier League back to back, which has never been done before ever. So experience in winning is what you need, and we're talking about experience in winning. Is your winner for the Ballon d'Or definitely Lewandowski?
Yes.
Yeah, same with me. Just to put, I'm sorry to put you on the spot here. I'm introducing a new feature to the podcast here. I just want you to think about. Just want you to say one positive thing that's happened to you this week. So we can introduce some positivity through mental health.
Okay. So one thing that's positive that's happened this week. United's first win of the season. That was
same.
That was because I was watching a pre-season game. Not on legal stream, by the way, but well, you know. Anyway, no, but I'm seeing players Pelistri far-fetched here. But when he scored that goal, I got in my head. I don't know why. I got an image. Messi, I passed the keeper and scoring.
Yeah. We're obviously not comparing him to Messi, by the way.
No.
But 100%, yeah.
It was insane, and I feel like something in my gut is telling me that this season is going to be a very good season. And I know I say that every year, and everyone fall from all, but no. But I genuinely believe that this season it could be a good season.
I think so. I think so. I really do, and I'm glad. I'm glad they are spending big, or at least it looks like they're going.
I am,
not yet, but I'm glad they are going to do something, because I feel like we're very, very close to something special under Ollie here. He needs backing. Mourinho didn't get backed. Moyes wasn't the right man. Lou Van Gaal didn't get backed, and Mourinho. That's it. Sorry, that's it. But we're going to end the podcast there, if that's all right, unless you've got anything to say, Harry.
I'll leave it on this note, right? And it's actually for the people in the comments down below. Can you guys name me three Manchester United players you guys think will be will be one player that will be sensational throughout the whole season.
Yeah.
One player who will have a good season, or like a class season, and one player who will be underrated for the whole season.
Okay, that's a challenge for you guys. That's a challenge. So this has been Kian. That's been Harry. Thank you for coming on again
No
from
worries.
Football Obsession. And we're out.